Valuable race tonight is the best odds on the Betfair Exchange Handicap Stakes, and Diderot drops in behind early on. They're going 1.25 miles. Breaking well is one of the market principals. Salamanca, the white cap, is up there early on with the grey Penzance to the outside. These two go on ahead of Wadacre Gomez, who settles into third place. Andaleep is wider out with the pink sleeves. Then comes Intricacy on the outside of Westridge in yellow. Towards the inside, Majestic, a black cap. Diderot is next, and towards the tail of the field is Felix in the light blue with the black cap as they turn towards the back straight here at Chelmsford City, and the leader is Salamanca by a neck. He wants to go a bit quicker though than Johnny Pete will allow him at the moment, but he leads by a half length to Penzance in second. That's the grey with a noseband. Racing in third, Wadacre Gomez on the inside. One out, one back for Andaleep. And then comes Westridge, is on the inside in the yellow colours. Yellow and black stripes for Intricacy, who's racing ahead of Majestic, who's racing in the black cap, yellow jacket. Then comes Diderot, who's got the hood on. Sean Levy, the black cap. And the back marker with his stars on the blue sleeves is Felix, making the run past the 5. Still Salamanca controls the tempo here, leading up. A winner here last time by a length to Penzance, who's racing in second, the grey. Third towards the inside, that's Wadacre Gomez. Then comes Andaleep in fourth. In fifth is Westridge from Intricacy, who's next in the field. And the stalls are on the track still here, so I think we're going to have a bit of an issue. They're going to have to come to a halt here somewhere because the starting stalls are still on the track. And this is going to be a stopped race, and there's not much room there for the runners. Oh dear. Oh dear. They've had to call this a stopped race because the stalls were still on the course. More to follow.
Yeah, what a sorry end that is. And well done to all jockeys. Well done to all jockeys being able to pull up their mounts, particularly as they're beginning to quicken, going in towards the home straight in the best race of the night, where clearly I can only assume that the tractor, which is due to take the starting stalls off the track, has malfunctioned, has had a breakdown, and just hasn't been able to move. That is potentially, from a welfare perspective, a crisis averted. And the flagmen doing their job as well. But you can see there, be it the rider on Salamanca, Diderot as well, a couple of them really having to pull anchor at this point and doing well in order to do so, because that could have been right up there as one of the nastiest incidents. There will be, of course, an investigation as to why this has happened. There you go. It's simple as something with the tractor, as we would have anticipated, but well done for getting the flags out, because given the speed that these horses are going and the competitive nature of the race, of course, there you go, just being able to pull out now. Or is that now? I mean, I had no notification of this whatsoever. I didn't hear anything until Anthony Ennis said in commentary what was happening, but the stall's now taken off, so anticipation of the voided race. The rider off Salamanca as well, but a sorry end to the evening.
Well, I have to say I've never seen anything like that in my life. That was extraordinary, and so pleased that jockeys and riders managed to avoid any collision with the stalls there, because that would have been really bad. But luckily, they all avoided it. The flags went up pretty late, didn't they? Before the horses, well, just as they came round the home turn there, John. But I mean, thankfully, any crisis was avoided. But I mean, that really could have been terrible.
That could have been such a horrible incident, because they haven't had... You see where the stalls are in relation to that as they come into the home straight, and jockeys would have been head down to a certain extent. They've done very, very well. It's just luck and good judgment, obviously, of the jockeys and horses' case as well, that have managed to be able to pull up, because they couldn't get past. It's not as if there was a gap for them to get past as well, because the tractor was there. I mean, obviously not been working, so it could have been a horrible incident.
It's one of those moments and your heart kind of drops, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Could be about to happen. Let's have another look at it. I mean, only really Wadaka Gomez's rider Billy Loughlin is going full bore at this point. Johnny Pete, luckily, aboard the Reader Salamanca, has seen it in time.
But you see how quickly they've just come into the straight, and it's only another 100, 150 yards or so to where the stalls are. There's nowhere to go on the right-hand side.
Are we thinking the tractor is broken down? Is that the problem?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. Yeah, they couldn't get the tractor to start, I'm hearing, and that's why there was no room in between the tractor or the stalls, and why the stalls are still on the track. Dear me.
And it's just, obviously, you wouldn't be thinking of that as you're leaving the back straight, and it's worked out that that's the best result we could have got from what we were looking at as they were coming to the home straight. So great to see that the jockeys and the horses are all fine after that.
Yeah, we've both seen some pretty mad things in our time in racing. I'm sure you have, and I certainly have. But I've never seen anything quite like that before. No,
not at all. But yeah, it's just very, very. I have to be thankful that it's worked out in the best possible way. No one has got injured, and credit to the jockeys and the horses, and no problems at all. And obviously, well, I'm assuming a void race.
Well, I'd assume so, yeah. And there were plenty of people out there waving their flags just in time. And yeah, that was extremely lucky. Nothing bad happened there. A pretty sorry end to what's been a really enjoyable card, I have to say, at Chelmsford tonight. But at the same time as being a sorry end, it's very good that no jockeys or riders or horses were hurt there, because, as we say, it could have been really nasty. But thankfully, it was okay. That final race at Chelmsford, extraordinary scenes. Never seen anything quite like that. The tractor breaking down there, the horse is all okay after that, but of course the race has been called as a void race, or at least it will be in time.
Mark Igiani, and first up, actually, Ali, if we can come to you, Ali Rawlinson, who rode Penzance. That is a potentially disastrous and catastrophic end avoided. Well done to you guys. Just tell us in a sort of nutshell how quickly all that happened, with you out in front expecting to ride the race and then see what actually was in the way.
Yeah, look, obviously we sat second, so we kind of was the first one to arrive on the scene. But yeah, it could have been a disaster, to be honest. The lads have showed a hell of a lot of horsemanship to stop in a short period of time when we're just literally about to hit top gear. As I said, we've kind of turned in with near enough 2 to go. Johnny Pete was on the inside and he was kind of rowing away, and I was just kind of filling my lad up, and I've just seen the Kieran, the starter, that's obviously ran from the stalls because there's been a problem, into the middle of the track. I've saw on the flag and I've kind of looked up and the stalls are still there. Yeah, out of yell, and yeah, like I say, we did miraculously well there to stop, because there were some keen horses in there. We didn't go overly fast, and to stop that quick, like I say, the lads deserve a pat on the back, but something should have happened a lot earlier to kind of stop that from happening. But look, we'll obviously speak about that to the stewards, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'll let you go. Thank you very much indeed. They will be inquiring. I'll come to that in a few moments' time. But just, Marco, from your perspective as well, how difficult, how tricky can it be to stop a high-octane thoroughbred at that point?
I mean, I thought we went a nice even gallop. You know, these are much better horse. You know, it was the top race of the day, so they're much quality horse. So they definitely got faster than the rest. And you know, we should have had a bit of a warning before. You know, in my opinion, there should have been a flagman in each corner of the track. Yeah. And you know, even if we was halfway out the back straight, we wouldn't know, and we would have, you know, stopped safer. But you know, I was at the back of the field, and I would, you know, it was in a special moment where we start going, you know, through the gears, and I was looking to take my gaps, and you know, how soon I turned, everything just started stopping, and her screaming and people running across the track, and yeah, it was just, you know, no nice.
Absolutely, and it could have been a lot worse. Marco, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us. Well done to you and all the jockeys, and sad end to the night, but could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you.
There is, of course, going to be a stewards' inquiry, and I'm sure we'll take into account everything that the jockeys have just said there. The facts are the starting stalls were not out of the way, and as such, the official void race, the party line, the protocol is that because the judge couldn't call the finish of a race because there wasn't one, because the horses, of course, were faced with a load of starting stalls in front of them, that was the official reason for voiding a race. Now, in this particular instance, I know that the ambulance that will accompany the horses around. That isn't turned off, and as such wouldn't be befalling an issue of being able to start again. I understand as well, for all that this will become much clearer, that that tractor would have been, as far as I know, was still running, as is, I think, the process, the protocol. But again, this is just from what I'm hearing, that it was an issue of getting the tractor in gear, and as such, it's rooted, it's not moving anywhere. The jockeys, Ali Rawlinson and Marco Ghiani, a couple of ambassadors from that race, and of course the jockeys who were riding in it, stating the case as to how difficult it can be, how quick the reactions need to be in order to avoid something as nasty as we could have had. And perhaps there is a protocol that needs to be put in place, extra awareness with extra flags, whatever the systems might be. But perhaps this could be a bit of a line in the sand moment, and actually, whereas it's been a real potentially nasty issue, hopefully this might just change things going forward. And I'm sure all will become much clearer, but a very less than ideal end to the night at Chelmsford.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.